is the strongest man who ever lived, and the people he'd just killed were his own. Not a monster, not an enemy army, his wife, his children, Greece's greatest hero, standing over the bodies of his own family, with no memory of having done it. We all know the 12 labors, the lion, the hydra, the man who cleaned a kingdom's filth in a single day and stole the golden apples of the gods. But almost nobody asks the obvious question. Why did Heracles do the labors at all? Why would the strongest man alive spend years as a slave to a lesser king, fetching monsters on command? The answer is the darkest story in Greek myth, and the ancient sources cannot agree on when it happened. That single disagreement changes everything. It decides whether the labors were his glory or his punishment. Tonight, the honest version. Start with the oldest complete account we still have, Euripides, the play simply called Heracles, staged in Athens around 416 years before the Common Era. In it, Heracles has just come home to Thebes, triumphant, and the goddess Hera, who has despised him since the day he was born, sends down Lyssa, the spirit of mad rage itself, to shatter his mind. Euripides actually puts Lyssa on the stage, and she says something extraordinary. She takes no joy in this. She is only obeying orders. And under her touch, Heracles' eyes roll back. He froths at the mouth, and he becomes convinced that his own sons are the children of his greatest enemy. He hunts them through the rooms of his own house. He kills them. He kills his wife, Megara, and then the madness lifts, and he wakes into the wreckage of everything he loved. Now here is the detail that matters most. In Euripides, the killing happens after the labors. Heracles has already performed his great deeds. He returns home a hero, and only then does Hera destroy him. There is no crime waiting to be paid for. The labors are already finished, which means the horror is pure, undeserved cruelty. A man handed everything, then robbed of the only thing that was ever truly his. And Euripides does something almost no other ancient writer dared. He lets Heracles sit on the ground and consider ending his own life. And then, he refuses to give the gods the final word. His friend Theseus arrives, and instead of recoiling in disgust, instead of calling him cursed, Theseus takes him by the hand and brings him to Athens. The message is quietly radical for its time. A man can survive even the unforgivable if someone is willing to stand beside him. Sit with that for a moment. The greatest hero in all of Greek storytelling, and his defining moment, is not a victory. It is the worst thing a human being can do, done to the people he loved most, with his own hands, but never his own will. If a story 4,000 years old can still stop you cold like this, that is exactly what this channel exists for. Subscribe to the Mythkeeper. Every myth, the honest version, because the next source is about to take this same horror and move it, and simply by moving it, completely change what it means. Centuries after Euripides, a handbook of myth survives under the name Apollodorus. The library, the Bibliotheca, most likely compiled in the 1st or 2nd century of the Common Era. It tells the same atrocity. Hera sends the madness. Heracles kills his children. And in this telling, some say Megara's as well. But the order is reversed. Here, the madness comes before the labors. Racked with guilt, Heracles travels to the oracle at Delphi, and the Pythia gives him his sentence. Go to Tiryns. Serve King Eurystheus. Perform the labors he sets you. Do this, and you will be cleansed. Do this, and you will be made immortal. Feel what that single change does. In Euripides, the labors are glory, and the madness is a tragedy laid cruelly on top. In Apollodorus, the labors are penance, The 12 greatest feats in all of mythology become one long act of atonement for the children he killed. The same deeds, the exact opposite meaning. In one, a victim is crushed after his triumph. In the other, a sinner is slowly working his way back toward the light. And the later Greek historian Diodorus Siculus, writing in the 1st century before the Common Era, broadly follows that second shape, the labors as a path to redemption and finally to godhood. Rome inherited this version, and it is the one that hardened into the story most people half remember today, the hero who earns his place among the gods. So here is the honest answer. There is no single true version, because there was never one Greek myth. There were competing tellings across more than 1,000 years. What we can say with real confidence is this: the core is ancient and shared. Heracles, driven mad by Hera through Lyssa, killed his wife Megara and their children. On that, the sources agree. What they fight over is the timing. Euripides, our oldest complete dramatic account, places the madness after the labors, making it senseless, undeserved cruelty. Apollodorus, much later, places it before, turning the labors into his penance. And the redemption arc you most likely grew up with? That is the later Roman-favored shape, not the rawest Greek one. Euripides gave us something harder and far more human, not a sin to be worked off, but a wound that simply had to be survived. And maybe that is why this story refused to die. The Greeks were willing to look straight at it. That strength is no protection from catastrophe. That the gods could ruin you for nothing at all. And that the true measure of a person is never the disaster itself. It is whether they choose to go on, living through it. Euripides ends his play not with a god descending in glory, but with a friend reaching down a single hand. 400 years before Rome made Heracles divine, an Athenian playwright dared to suggest something braver. The hero is not the one who never falls. He is the one who lets himself be helped back up. But Hera did not stop with one hero. She spent an entire lifetime trying to destroy Heracles, beginning the very night he was born, with 2 serpents sent into his cradle. Why did the queen of the gods hate one mortal child this much? That story starts before he could even speak. Next time on the Mythkeeper. Subscribe. Every myth, the honest version.